Hello viewers, my name is Isaac from Organiso, and today we are looking at a very important concept, and that is how to prepare a microbial solution. Microorganisms are very important when it comes to soil health management, and the more diverse the presence of microorganisms are in your soil, the more likely your soil health is going to improve. Microorganisms as well is very important when it comes to enhancing the nutritional capacity of your soil, because they make available nutrients in various capacities in your soil that your plants are going to absorb and later improve crop yield. So today I want us to look at how we can culture, how we can get our starter, and those are microorganisms, and prepare it into a solution that we can either spray into our soil, or we can use it as foliar application on the crops, as we are going to see. So we are using leaf molds as our culture, and what we are doing is looking for any place around our garden that has a leaf mold. As you can see below, I am trying to search for where there could be presence of leaf mold, and I collect soil within that area, because it will have a lot of a diversity of microorganisms. If you have a forest next to you, it would even be well and good. You just go under those forests, look for any moldy place, any leaves with molds, collect the soil from around or from under that leaf. So this is what we are looking out for. You can see these moldy surfaces on the leaf. Here on the ground you can see some, and these leaf molds can as well be prepared by collecting your grass clippings or any dry materials, and you keep on watering for some days. You are going to have this moldy environment around those grass clippings, and you just go and collect from there. So I am going to remove uh, around 5 kilograms of these leaf molds, and you can diversify. You can choose to collect from different places, like I've collected from the outskirts of my garden. Now I am going to look for some area around my forest, and I am going to simply collect it with my oar or with my spread and put it into my bag that I have carried here. So as you can see, I am under a forest cover, and I'm trying to identify some presence of leaf molds. And down here we can see these moldy leaves. So what I'm going to do is simply remove the leaves from the surface, and dig under and try to collect uh, more kilos and top it to what I had previously collected from my field. This is just to have a diversity of microorganisms, and the importance of this is that these are our native microorganisms that are suited to our climate. So you don't need to buy foreign microorganisms from other areas and use it into your field or into your garden, but rather you can make your own microorganism that is going to improve the fertility of your soil. So we are done with collecting our materials that we are going to use to prepare the microbial solution, and we have our kilograms of the starter, which contains the microorganisms from the leaf molds. We have our water, and we have our culture media, that is the Irish that we have here. This is boiled Irish. Instead of using boiled Irish, if you don't have, you can also use grains. You can use maybe rice mixed with other grains, and other materials. But Irish is usually the best, and it's advised for to be used as a culture. But we normally we use and it's encouraged to use sea salt, but instead of sea salt I've put ash. I'm using ash. And in case you don't have knowledge about the clarity of ash, you can watch our videos on the use of ash as a fertilizer. This ash is very organic and contains uh, very many trace elements in it, so it's going to provide good nutrients for your microorganisms. So instead of sea salt that contains a very high amount of different minerals, micro minerals, I'm using ash because I couldn't access sea salt, but it will work as you are going to see. So what we do here is that we get our Irish put into this perforated polythene. I didn't have a piece of cotton or any perforated cloth material that I could put this in, so I had to innovate. And I put my Irish here, mixed with ash, around 200 grams. And I'm also going to add about 200 grams of our starter, into this polythene, and I try to smash the Irish together with the ash and with the starter. So we are going to see how it's going to come up, and later we shall place it into our water. So you can use a blender to mix all this, like you can see, and the standard measurements are usually as 1 kilogram of Irish, boiled Irish, to 1 kilo to half kilogram rather of sea salt. But instead of sea salt, I've put my half kilogram of ash, and then use also a half kilogram of your starter, which is the soil that you have collected and that contains leaf molds. So I am going to tie this up and put it into my solution, my water. This is clean water that I've just harvested. So for the standard measurement that I've just said, you can immerse it into around 500 liters of water. And you can see I am immersing mine. You can put a bit of stone into your cavera so that it sinks, and then you cover it. It's going to take about 2 to 3 days depending on the temperature. So the leaf balls can also be used to inoculate your seedlings or your seeds by simply adding around 3 kilograms of the leaf molds into your water, and immersing your seedlings inside for about 2 to 3 seconds. This container is perforated, this polythene is perforated, so the roots are going to absorb, and what it's going to do is that it's going to increase the microbial diversity within this container. So 1 gram of leaf molds usually contains around 2 to 10 billion microorganisms. That includes the protozoa, the fungi, the bacteria, and diversity of other microorganisms. So it provides a very good environment, competitive environment for pathogens, and helps in reducing the prevalence of diseases. So you can also immerse your seedlings your seeds for around 30 minutes into solutions like this before planting, and you later plant it into your field. So after 2 to 3 days, this is what you're going to have. You can observe these bubbles is an indicator that microbial activity has been taking place. So they are microorganisms, and these microorganisms multiply or divide after every 30 minutes. So if we have 2 to 1 billion grams of if we have our 2 to 10 billion microorganisms per 1 gram, and we have put 0.5 grams of microorganisms, so the starter into this water. So how many microorganisms shall we have after 2 days? So after you dilute this in about 10 to 100 times what is here, and you spray it into your field, it's going to take around 0.3 to around 3.3 hectares of your land. So the rate at which this will be formed will depend on the temperature of your surrounding, but you have to leave it in the outside surrounding, that is in a place that is similar to the conditions that is in your field. So for more information, please contact us at Organiso. You can send us our SMS, that is on our YouTube channel, and we shall guide you accordingly. The beauty with this method is that when you apply it into your field, you're going to have a diversity of microorganisms within your field. So they are going to help do a lot of work in your soil. For example, when it comes to improving soil fertility, breaking the organic structures that are within your soil, providing a competitive organisms for the pathogens that are favorable, that are in your soil. So when you apply it as foliar, it's going to help curb down the prevalence of disease. At the same time, it's going to contribute to increasing the organic content within your soil. So this is a very important addition to your soil. You can apply it together with your irrigation your systems, but you have to filter it properly before you apply it as a foliar fertilizer. You can apply it directly using a knapsack sprayer. So it is going to trust me, you are just going to observe very good results at the end of your season. You can intensify the way you spray it before planting and before or at the onset of flowering or fruiting, and you're going to have magnificent results at the end of the season. So in a month you can do this for about 2 to 3 times a month, and this microorganisms is also going to help reduce salinity, reduce the effects of soil compaction. It's going to improve the infiltration rate in your soil. It's going to break down chemicals that could have accumulated within your soil, and it's going to do just so many roles within your soil. So let us use this concept within our soil if we are to maintain a very healthy or a diverse microbial microbial population within our soil. If we are to have a nutrition, a very soil that is having a lot of nutrients, and our crop yields is going to increase. In the future, we are going to have a very healthy population. So, dear viewers, please let's embrace this concept. It has come and originated from a man called Cho that was based in South Korea. And in his writings and in his work, he has encouraged a lot to do with organic farming. So this can be adopted by organic farmers specifically to improve your soil. But whether you are an organic farmer or whatever, an animal farmer, crop farmer, whatever level of farming, you can use this concept to get very good results. So you can watch out for another video on how we can make an organic fertilizer, or what we call the Jadam liquid fertilizer, using the concept of these microorganisms. Dear viewers, see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to share with other people so that they can receive this wonderful information.